Ash, it's Ash. Was the Phantom of the Opera guy Rob Guest? He'd be all over Tens and Dudes. It's not that big of a leap from his show, Man Oh Man. You're right, actually. It's a really good tie-in. Man Oh Man. Dude, I'm gonna use that. I'm actually writing, and I know I've said this to you before, but I'm writing Tens and Dudes. It's a real thing, and you'll see it at my next comedy show. It's going to be quite a big part of the comedy show. And then if that goes well, it will be its own musical. It will be its own thing. I'm not even joking. This other guy Ash, who's just written that's now part of it. Keep the ideas coming, guys. That's fantastic. The answer, though, it's not Rob Guest. One more text. Ash, how the fuck are you? Trevor here, the truckie from Toongabbie. For Tens and Dudes, instead of calling the dude on the light switch the Night Rider, how about the Light Rider? Way more original. And then it says, and my offer of security still stands. Come on, mate. If I can keep the Liverpool Savapi Festival from descending into chaos, I can surely keep the weird fucks and stalkers at bay. Just finally, you need your own late night TV show. It'd be a winner. Cheers, mate. Thanks, Trev. So there's a text that precedes that from Trevor. Hey, Ash, Trev the truckie from Toongabbie here. Mate, with your star on the rise, you may soon need a security detail. I'm offering my services. I have experience. I was head of the security at the Liverpool Savapi Festival in 1997. And mate, that was some full-on security shit right there. Those Balkans get serious over a bit of Balkan sausage. Hit me up. Oh, by the way, I've been mulling over whether to sign up to your Patreon. Fuck me, mate. If you put in more effort than 28 minutes a week, I might do it. I mean, come on. You're offering 28 minutes of effort and wanting dollars? Geez, mate. I hope you put more effort in the sack. Anyway, consider my security offer. I'll keep the stalkers and weird fucks at bay. Cheers, mate. Trevor from Toongabbie. You know what, Trev? You're on. And come to Patreon. We're doing 2 eps a week now, possibly 3. So I've already solved your problem. You want more than 28 minutes? You're getting 2 or 3 eps a week. Plus you're getting brand new stuff on Patreon every week. We've got scenes from Border Protection Squad. I actually have what have I got here? I've got a Patreon testimonial here, and it sounds like I wrote it, but I didn't. Let's get this.
You've got mail.
I've become a huge fan of the Patreon through listening to the Ash Williams show. By the way, I promise you I did not write this. Patreon, this sounds so written that I actually probably should change it. Patreon allows me to be on the front line when it comes to receiving exclusive content related to the Ash Williams show. Patreon lets me communicate directly with Ash. It's actually more of an ad for Patreon than my Patreon. I reckon someone from Patreon wrote this. Patreon lets me communicate directly with Ash and his other podcast listeners, and together we're exposed to bonus videos, podcast outtakes, and exclusives such as the interview with his mum and the old Ash and Ed podcasts, which can't be accessed anywhere. Cheers, John. Again, I did not write that. It's actually not the best testimonial, to be honest. I've got a wonderful Patreon story that involves a famous US celebrity. It's a live deal. That's why it's got to be on Patreon, because if they find out that I can't do what I said I can do, then I'll lose the job. So I'm going to tell you the warts and all story of this live deal that's going on right now with a big US celebrity. But right now we're going to call Dave Hughes to wrap out the pod, because we had a bit of a Twitter fight during the week, and I'm going to give you a bit of context. So I put a photo of me nude in a locker room, and I said, just chilling in my apocalypse bunker. P.S. There's plenty of room and spare lockers And then I got a message from Husey saying, I've never seen a more disgusting attempt at exploiting a worldwide pandemic for personal gain. To which I wrote back, you're so easily offended now that you're vegan. Fucking take that, Husey. You dog. Let's call him. Let's see if he answers. We'll call him.
Hello.
Husey, it's Ash.
Ash who?
Ash Williams. Jesus Christ, mate.
You got a new number, do you?
Stop being fuck you're rude, mate.
You're on air, is it?
What?
We're on air. What are we doing?
No,
Podcast?
wait. I just want to talk to you quickly on the podcast. That's the podcast phone, so save it in your phone.
Are you with someone? Are you alone? What's going on?
I'm on my own.
Yeah. In the bunker?
I'm in the bunker, and I want to talk about the tweet that you tweeted me back. So you've said, I've never seen a more disgusting attempt at exploiting a worldwide pandemic for personal gain. And a lot of people are asking me, are you serious? I want to ask you, are you serious?
Well, you were using a completely naked photo out into the internet looking for people to join you in some sort of sauna situation. I don't know what you were looking for. But I'm
trying to bring some smirks to the community.
No, mate, you're exploiting your well-crafted body.
Mate, I've never been in worse shape there. What are you talking about, mate? I was overweight there. Like, a lot of people messaged me saying you're fat. I didn't put them up. But, like, mate, I was on a really good paddock back then.
How old's the photo? I mean, that's also false advertising then, if the photo's not fresh. It's like you're catfishing people, aren't you? Like, they turn up and then they're looking for young, plump Ash and they get old, grizzled Ash.
It's true, mate. It's actually true. The only people I catfish, sadly, though, are married men. I got so many messages from closeted gay married men saying, where's the bunker? And then I clicked on their Twitter profile and they've got a family.
Exactly. So I'm not one of those. I am married, but I'm not gay. I've got no issue with people who are gay, obviously. But if you're married to someone of the opposite sex, you probably need to have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, have
absolutely.
A conversation.
Oh, mate, there's never been a better...
You want to bring coronavirus home? Who did we get the coronavirus off? Off Ash Williams. I mean, how did you get a coronavirus off Ash Williams? Off in his bunker, Why are you in his bunker? Because he suggested I turn up there, you know?
Yeah, mate, look, there's never been a better time.
Have you been tested, by the way? Have you been tested?
I haven't, corona? Bro. Have you? Well, you've been close to Ed. So, I mean, you might have it.
No, but Ed Cavalier, he's just given me the okay because Christian Wilkins, who he has been tongue-pashing, doesn't have it, even though his dad, Richard Wilkins, does have it.
So Christian... Well, I've been close to Richard, but I haven't been tongue-kissing Richard. So
when were you close to Richard?
About 2 weeks ago.
Well, you should be tested.
Oh, mate, no authorities have called me.
You're sounding a bit raspy.
It's the podcast equipment. It's a bad line.
Mate, have you got a thermometer close by? You need to check temperature, mate. Do your temperature.
Okay, I'll do the temp.
Because if people are going to turn up to your bunker, they've got to know that they're not going to get corona. Their wives are going to be asking questions, and rightly so.
Mate, corona's look, I've been taking some vitamins. We'll be able to fend that off.
But what about your grandmother, mate, or your great grandmother, or your,
they're gone, mate.
What about the elderly woman who you're fleecing for cash?
Who's that?
She thinks you're in love with her. She thinks you're in love with her, but you just want her money because you're some sort of toy boy. What about her?
She's in Los Angeles, and also you're not meant to speak about that, Husey. No, seriously, bro. But anyway, mate, I wanted to just touch base and say hello. And thanks for coming on the pod. You're the second ever live caller. We've got a brand new setup here now. It's very professional. Hey, mate, are you...
good.
I just want to say this too. Are you handling all the comedy shows being cancelled? Like, do you need to borrow any money off me? Are you okay?
Mate, it's more the stock market, mate. The stock market has absolutely decimated me. I've lost literally millions of dollars. And I think it's got a way to go. It's got a way to go, mate.
You seem quite chipper.
We're halved. Well, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? Well, I'm half the wealth I was, and we're going lower. There's no doubt. So,
what do they say in the stock market? You gain your money when you sell?
They say buying doom. No, what do they say? Selling doom, buying gloom. No, what do they say? Buying doom, selling gloom. No, buying doom, selling boom.
Oh, that's good. Okay, buying gloom, selling doom. All right, well, it's a good time to buy.
Boom, selling boom.
Oh, selling boom. Oh, sorry, I thought.
Which I didn't do. I didn't sell in boom.
I thought you said.
I should have sold in boom.
Well, just wait. It'll be back to boom. We'll be back to a boom.
It's going to be wild. Qantas just announced they're just cancelling all international flights. I was at the cafe and this Irish woman behind the counter said that her sister's coming out next week. I said, oh, I don't think she is.
No,
I don't think she's coming.
Mate, how's this? I'll tell you a story, and this is just for podcast listeners because they're family. I've been going on a few dates with this girl, and she's like, it can't go anywhere because I've got this Swedish hunk joining me from Thailand in 2 weeks. I don't think the Swedish hunk is coming.
That's your market, mate. That is your market.
Mate, all the Swedish hunks ain't coming.
They're not coming, mate. So she needs to love the hunk she's with.
Well, that's what I've been telling her. I said,
love them in public.
Yeah. I'm corona free at the moment. Come to the bunker.
Well, no, just go to the park with her, mate. Don't worry about a Swedish guy. He's not going to turn up. So get some sun while you can before we all have to go underground.
I know, mate. Well, mate. We'll call you again, okay? Love your work, Hughesy. Okay, you're a good guy.
Oh, man.
All right. See you, legend. Bye, mate. Ciao. All right, there you go. The great man, D. Hughesy. That is the podcast. All right. Thank you so much for listening. We've got so much to get to next episode. We're going to call Ed Cavalier as well next episode. And that is the podcast. We're going to get to everything we didn't get to on the next episode. Let's ride it. All right, coming up, so much. I've got brother pranks to fill you in on, more Corona stuff, more Tens and Dudes stuff, your texts, your calls, your voicemails, 0406284954. Thank you so much for listening. This is The Ash Williams Show, and I'll talk to you in like 2 or 3 days. Stay safe. Bye-bye. The Ash Williams Show is recorded in front of a live studio audience. But due to coronavirus, there's no audience, so you can't hear the laughs.